Hi everyone, 2021 November 24 തീയതി നടന്ന എക്കണോമിക്സിന്റെ നെറ്റ് എക്സാമിൽ ചോദിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള പേപ്പർ 1ലെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസും അതോടൊപ്പം പ്രൊഫഷണൽ ആൻസർ കീയുമായിരിക്കും നമ്മൾ ഈ വീഡിയോയിൽ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് പോകുന്നത്. The first area that is from data interpretation. So this particular question was from, or it is based on table based DI. So as we all know, in DI questions will be given a data, and based on that we have to answer 5 questions. So if you consider the question that was asked for the economics net, we can read the question like this: study the given table carefully and answer the questions that follow. Number of candidates appearing for a university entrance examination from 4 different states and the percentage of candidates clearing the same over the years are provided in the table below. So as usual, we have a table given here with the data. So it includes various years, and also it focuses on the number of candidates who were appeared for a particular university entrance examination, and also we have given the percentage of candidates who have cleared the same exam as well. So here you have the first question that was asked from data interpretation. Find out the average number of non-qualified candidates in 2019. So this question is based on average, and we have to find out the average number of non-qualified candidates in 2019. So we have various options given as well. So the correct answer given in the provisional answer key for this particular question is option D. So the right answer is option D. Here you have the next question from DI itself. Find out the average number of students who qualified in 2020. So same pattern question, we have to find out the average number of students who qualified in the year 2020. So as we have mentioned in the previous question, we have various options given as well. So the right answer given for this question is option C. Next question again from data interpretation. Find out the total number of students who have cleared the entrance exam from 2016 to 2020 in state A. So we have various options given here, and we have to find out the total number of students who have cleared the entrance examination from 2016 to 2020, and particularly it is given as state A. So the right answer is option D. Next question. Find out the difference between the total number of students who qualified in 2017 and the total number of students who qualified in 2018. We have to find out the difference between the total number of students who have qualified in 2017 and the total number of students who qualified in 2018. So we have to figure out, or we have to find out the difference between these two, and we have various options given as well. So the right answer given for this question in the provisional answer key is option D. Here you have the final question from data interpretation. In which year did the highest number of candidates clear the entrance exam from state B? So if you consider state B, in which year the highest number of students or candidates have cleared the entrance examination? So that's the question given, and we have various options as well. So the right answer for this question is option C, that is 2019. So the next question is from the module research aptitude. Let's read the question. Which of the following are advantages of observation as a tool of data collection? And we have various options given as well. Observation takes place only in natural settings. Observation methods demand the active participation of subjects in the program. Observations are known for directness. Artificiality can be minimized in observational studies. Recording devices can be used in observational studies for accuracy. So, we have to find out what are the advantages of using observation as a tool when we are doing the data collection for a research. So, the right answer for this question consists of C, D and E, these three options. So, C, D and E is option D. So, the right answer for this question is option D. Moving to the next question, we have given two different statements. Statement 1 says, a variable measured at the nominal level can be used in higher level statistics if it is converted into another form. Statement 2 says, the result of the conversion process is called dummy variable. So, if you consider this particular question, it is easier for you to identify the module, right. So, this is from research aptitude. So, we have to find out whether these statements are right or wrong. So, if you consider these statements, we can say that both these statements are true. So, both these statements are correct. So, the right answer for this question is option B. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are true. So, the right answer is option B. Next question is a match the following question. We have list 1 and list 2. In list 1 we have the thinking hat system, and in list 2 we have the concepts and ideas. So, in thinking hat system we have white hat, red hat, black hat and green hat given, and in concepts and ideas we have judgment and quotient, logical negative, data gathering, facts, figures, information needs and gaps, provocations, alternatives and creativity proposals, intuition and emotion. So, we have to find out, or we have to match list 1 with list 2, and we have given various combinations as well. So, the right answer that is given in the professional answer key for this particular question is option B, that is A2, B4, C1 and D3. Moving to the next question, this is a question from higher education system. This is a match the following question. So, in list 1 we have various functions or various important objectives of various educational institutions are given here, and in list 2 we have NCTE, AICTE, NMC and BCI. So, these are the important bodies that are associated with higher education. So, we have to find out the functions of these bodies that is given in list 2, and we have to match it with list 1. So, that is the question. So, list 1 has the various functions which includes lay down standards of legal education, maintaining the quality of technical education, maintenance of standards in teacher education, access to quality and affordable medical education. So, this is a very easy question from higher education system. So, if you consider the options here, we can say that lay down standards of legal education can be associated with BCI. Then you have maintaining the quality of technical education, that can be associated with AICTE, and maintenance of standards in teacher education, obviously that is associated with NCTE, and access to quality and affordable medical education can be associated with NMC. So, A, as I have already mentioned, can be associated with 4, then you have B that can be associated with 2, C can be associated with 1 and D can be linked to 3. So, the right answer is option D, A4, B2, C1 and D3. So, the right answer is option D. Next question is from the module communication, and the question goes like this: which of the following are myths about communication? So, this is a very general question. So, you have to just read the options and you have to understand the meaning, and you have to find out, you have to pick out the right answer for the question, that is it. So, what you have to find from the options, you have to find out the various myths that are associated with communication. Let us check the options. Good communicators are born, not made. Stage fright is not a communication apprehension. Communication skills have nothing to do with relationships. Communication has its own barriers. Practice leads to the right habits of communication. So, from these 5 options, we have to identify 3 myths that are associated with communication, and obviously the first 3 will be the answer for this question, A, B and C. So, A, B and C only is option A. So, the right answer for this question is option A. Moving to the next question, the dynamics of classroom interaction can be effectively managed through. So, again this question is from the module communication, and we have different options given here, which are interpreting perceived meanings, language complexity, repetitive symbolism and verbosity. And from these options we have to find out the most appropriate answer for this question. The dynamics of classroom interaction can be effectively managed through option A, that is interpreting perceived meanings. Alright. Next question, according to Robbins et al., the sequence of barriers to effective communication in an organization is. So, from the options you have to figure out the right sequence of the barriers to effective communication in an organization, and this is based on Robbins et al. And we have the options language, emotions, selective perception, information load and filtering. So, we have to find out the right sequence for this question, and the right sequence is option D, that is E, C, D, B and finally A. Next question, from the very look to this question you can identify the module, right. So, this is from ICT, Information and Communication Technology, very easy question and very direct question. What is the World Wide Web or the WWW? So, what do you mean by that? That is a question here. And you have the options collection of web pages stored on websites, hypertext processor, interconnected networks and web browser. So, the right answer for this question, which is given in the professional answer key, is option A, that is collection of web pages stored on websites. Okay. Moving to the next question. So, this is a number series question. Obviously, this question is from the module mathematical reasoning and aptitude. So, what we have to do about these types of questions is that we have to first find out the pattern that is there in this particular series of numbers that are given, and after identifying the pattern, we can easily identify the next term that should be there or that will come in the place that is asked as a question. So, what number comes next in this sequence, and we have given various numbers in a sequence which includes 6, 4, 2.5, 1.5 and finally, we have to find out the last digit or the term in this particular sequence. So, the right answer for this question is option C, that is 1. Next question, pick the correct option to represent the given argument, and you have given a particular argument here. All artists are egoists, some artists are paupers, therefore some paupers are egoists, and if you find out or if you consider the options given, we can say that this particular question is from the area mood and figure. So, this is from the module logical reasoning from Western logic. We have already learned about this mood, figure and all that. So, we have to find out the mood and figure of this particular argument which is given here. So, first and foremost we have to find out the mood. Anyway, all the options have the same mood given as AII, and then we have to find out the figure of this particular argument. Anyway, the right answer for this question is option C, AII is the mood and it is the third figure, or this particular argument is in the third figure. So, that is option C. Moving to the next question, we have a match the following question given here. So, this is from the area logical reasoning, and if you consider the options that are given here, obviously this is from Indian logic. So, we have given list 1 and list 2, and if you consider the various options given here, so this is from the area fallacies, right, Hedvabhasa, right. And in list 2, in list 1 we have the various types of fallacies, and list 2 we have some examples given. Sound is eternal because it is visible, all real are momentary, sound is real, sound is momentary, all objects are eternal because they are knowable, sky lotus is fragrant because it belongs to the class of lotus. So, this is one of the most important areas from the module logical reasoning, particularly from Indian logic. So, this is based on the fallacies that we have discussed. So, we have to find out the correct options and we have to match it, right. So, we have various combinations given here as well. So, the right combination or the right answer for this question is option D. So, now we are moving to the next question, and this question was asked from the module people development and environment, and the question goes like this. Which of the following greenhouse gases were the target gases whose emission was to be covered under the first commitment period of the Kyoto Protocol? So, these different agreements or different conventions and protocols that are associated with the environment is one of the most important areas that we have to learn under the module people development and environment. So, this particular question is from that important protocols and agreements that are associated with this environment, and particularly this is from the protocol, Kyoto Protocol. So, what we have to identify here is we have given various options from which we have to identify the target gases whose emission was to be covered under the first commitment period of the Kyoto Protocol. So, we have already discussed about Kyoto Protocol and also this first commitment period, and all these ideas were discussed in our classes. So, we have given various options as well. So, the right answer includes B, C and D. B, C and E. So, the right answer here is option C. So, the right answer here or the right answer mentioned in the professional answer key is option C. Moving to the next question, again this is from people development and environment. Which of the following types of power plants provide electricity consistently running 24 hours per day, 7 days a week? And we have given various power plants like geothermal, hydro, solar and wind, from which we have to identify the power plants which are producing electricity consistently running 24 hours per day and 7 days a week. So, the right answer for this question is option A, that is geothermal power plants. Moving to the next question, this is from the module Higher Education System. So, this is a very direct question. The satellite used for the transmission and telecast of SWAYAMPRABHA is called, and you have given various options as well. We have various satellites given as the option. So, this is a very easy as well as a very direct question. So, we have to find out the satellite which is used for the transmission and telecast of SWAYAMPRABHA. So, this question has the answer, that is option B, GSAT-15 Satellite. So, the right answer is option B. Next question is from Information and Communication Technology, ICT. This is a match the following question. In list 1 we have various softwares given, and in list 2 we have given various examples as well. We have to match list 1 with list 2. We have system software, application software, security software and embedded software, and in list 2 we have library management system, firewall, compiler, automatic, fright. So, these are the various options that are given here. So, from which we have to identify the correct combination. So, we have various combinations given here as well. So, system software can be associated with compiler. Then you have application software that can be associated with library management system, security software as firewall, and embedded software is automatic, fright. So, A 3, B 1, C 2 and D 4. So, the right answer given for this question is option C. Next question again from ICT. Which of the following statements are true? Simplex data transmission is in 2 directions only. Half-duplex data transmission is in both directions but not at the same time. Full-duplex data transmission as in both directions simultaneously. Serial data transmission as when data is sent 8 bit at a time or a single wire. Parallel data transmission as when 1 bit of data is sent down over a single wire. So, we have to find out the right statements that are given in the question. So, in this particular question we have 2 different statements that are correctly given. That is what they have asked, which of the following statements are true, and the right statements or the true statements are B and C, that is option B. So, the right answer is option B. Moving to the next question. The first education commission in independent India is. So, again this is a very easy question from higher education system. So, if you consider the question from higher education system, most of the questions were very direct, very simple questions. And if you consider the options, so we have National Knowledge Commission, Secondary Education Commission, the Education Commission, and finally University Education Commission. So, which is the first education commission in independent India? That is option D, University Education Commission. Alright. Next question, this is from research aptitude. The characteristics of a normal distribution curve are, and you have given 5 different statements as well, from which we have to identify the right option. So, we have learned about this part in research, right? When we are discussing about research, we have the various steps in that we have to study a little bit of statistics and all that are associated with research. So, if you consider that is basically associated with the data analysis and all that, right. So, if you consider the options here, we have it reflects an asymmetrical distribution, it is bell shaped, it does not show standard deviations, the mean, mode and median coincide at the center of the distribution, The curve is based on an infinite number of observations, and from which we have to identify the right statements that are given in the question, and that is option C, B, D and E only. Alright. Moving to the next question, gender parity index in higher education in India is, and you have the options 0.98, 0.99, 1.1 and 1. So, this is from the module higher education system, but this is a very general kind of question, and we have to identify the right answer for this question. Gender parity index in higher education in India is 1. So, the option D is the right answer that is given. Next question. So, we have given two different statements and we have to find out the answer. One's perceptions and beliefs are the basis of generalization in communication. That is statement 1. Statement 2 says generalizations of the environment develop through experiences, and we have various options that are given here as well. We have to find out the right answer for this question. That is the task we have to figure out. So, statement 1 is one's perceptions and beliefs are the basis of generalization in communication. Statement 2 is generalizations of the environment developed through experiences, and we have various options given. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are false. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are true. Statement 1 is false, but statement 2 is true. Statement 1 is true, but statement 2 is false. So, the right answer for this question is option B, that is both statement 1 and statement 2 are true. Moving to the next question. So, this question is from the module logical reasoning and particularly from interlogic. The middle term of the inference is related to the major term neither as a cause nor as an effect, but because they are uniformly related to each other in our experience is known as, and we have given various options as well, and we have to identify from the options that the type of inference in which the middle term is related to the major term because they have uniformly related to each other. It is not like a cause and effect relationship, but they are related in such a way that they are uniformly related to each other in our experience, and this uniformity that we have experienced in our past is what leads us to the inference. So, that is option C, Samanya Sudrashta Anumana. So, the right answer for this question is option C. So, we have already seen a question from this particular topic, thinking hat system, in this shift as such, but again we have got another question from the same area, thinking hat system. Which of the following are in the sixth thinking hat system a form of parallel thinking? So, the previous question was basically a match the following question, and in this particular question they have given us various options from which we have to identify those options which we can be or we can accommodate in the sixth thinking hat system, and we have the options brown hat, white hat, violet hat, red hat and black hat. We have to find out three correct options, and that includes B, D and E. B, D and T, white hat, red hat and black hat. So, that is option C. So, the right answer is option C. Moving to the next question. What is the name for the technique which uses images that are often more evocative than words and more precise and potent in triggering a wide range of associations and thinking? So, again this is an area or this is a question that is associated with our thinking. So, we have various options given as well. We have brainstorming, mind mapping, storyboarding and synectics. So, basically the use of images that are often more evocative than words. So, basically the answer is option B, mind mapping. So, the right answer is option B. Moving to the next question, what is Ethernet? A collision detection protocol, a protocol used by many wired LANs, a protocol used for address translation, a security protocol. So, if you consider the options that are given here, Ethernet can be associated with option B, a protocol used by many wired LANs. So, the right answer here is option B. Next question is from the module mathematical reasoning and aptitude. If the selling price of rupees 24 results in a discount of 20% on the list price, what selling price would result in a 30% discount on list price? And we have the options 18, 20, 21 and 27. So, this is from the area profit and loss, and the right answer given for this question, the provisional answer key is option C, that is 21. Next question is from higher education system and particularly from the area universities. So, this is particularly from the area central universities. So, which of the following are central universities? We have learnt about various types of universities, and this is basically a general question from in which we have to identify the various central universities that are given in the options. We have various options given and the right answer includes option B and C, Jamia Millia Islamia University and Punjab University. So, B and C only is option B. So, the right answer here is option B as well. Moving to the next question. So, let us read the question first. Which of the following statements are correct? If A speed is more than B speed, then to travel the same distance A will take more time than B. Two speeds 1500 meter per minute and 90 kilometer per hour are equal. By walking at a speed of 18 km per hour, the distance covered in 2 minutes and 30 seconds is 750 meters. So, basically this is from the module mathematical reasoning and aptitude, and this is a question in which we have given various statements. We have to check each of these statements and figure out whether these statements are correct or wrong. So, this is based on speed, distance, time and all that. So, if you consider the options that are given here, we have to find out the statements that are correct. So, in which we have two options correct, that is B and C. So, B and C only is option C. So, the right answer here is option C. Next question is a match the following question. This is from the module logical reasoning, and if you consider the options here, we can easily identify that this is from square of opposition. So, in list 1 we have given if A is true, if E is true, if I is false and if O is false. So, if you know the various types of propositions and if you know the relationship that we are studying in the area or the topic square of opposition, this will be a very easy question for you, and you have to figure out the right options that you can match with the options that are given in list 1. So, in list 2 we have E is true, O is true, O is false, E is false, A is false, I is false and E is false and I is true. Anyway, the right answer for this question is option B, which includes A2, B3, C1 and D4. Next question. Given below are two statements. Statement 1 says personal competencies determine how we manage ourselves. Statement 2 says social competencies determine how we handle relationships. Basically, this question is from the module teaching aptitude, let us say, and the statements are from the various competencies. We have personal competencies, social competencies and all that, behavioral competencies and all that. So, it says that personal competencies determine how we manage ourselves, and statement 2 says social competencies determine how we handle relationships. So, anyway, both the statements are true or correct. So, if you consider the options, we can take option A. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. So, the right answer for this question is option A. Next question is from the module research aptitude. An extraneous variable is also known as, we have the options given as artifact, contiguous factor, dependent variable, intervener and all that. The answer which is given in the provisional answer key is option A, that is artifact. Next question is from the module information and communication technology ICT, and we have given two different statements and we have to find out whether these statements are correct or incorrect. Statement 1 says DVDs use a single spiral track to store data working from the center to the edge. Statement 2 says DVDs are read-only devices, and we have to find out the right option. Anyway, statement 1 is true. The statement 1 which is given in the question is true, but statement 2 is false. So, the right answer for this question is option D. Next question is a match the following question, and this particular question was asked from the module communication. So, if you see the question that is projected here, in list 1 we have the elements of effective communication, and in list 2 we have the descriptions given as well. So, in first list elements of effective communication, we have common frame of reference, congruence, language relevance and compatible environment, and in description we have communications with people of similar background, use of understandable language, messages of common interest between encoder and decoder, compatibility between the receiver and the sender. So, we have to find out the right combination for this question, that is option D, that is what it was given in the provisional answer key as well, A4, B3, C2 and D1. Next question. In India, according to Niti Aayog's SDG Index 2019-20, which is the best performing state on SDG 9, Industry, Innovation and Infrastructure. So, this is basically a question that we can place this question in the module People Development and Environment. So, this is a general question. So, we have to find out the state, the best performing state on SDG 9 in Niti Aayog's SDG Index in 2019-20. The given option is option A, that is Gujarat. Moving to the next question, this is from the module Mathematical Reasoning and Aptitude. How tall is a tree that is 6 meters shorter than a wall that is 7 times higher than the tree? And we have the options 1 meters, 1.25 meters, 2 meters and 7 meters. The right answer for this question is 1 meters, that is option A. Next question, given below are two statements. So, we have given two different statements. In statement 1 we have given a number and it states that the statement states that that number can be divided by 66. So, this particular number is divisible by 66, and in statement 2 we have the set of natural numbers is also called the set of whole numbers. So, again this is from the module Mathematical Reasoning and Aptitude. So, the right answer for this question is option D. Statement 1 is true, but statement 2 is false. So, the right answer is option D. Next question, name the fallacy committed in the argument below. So, if when we see the term fallacy itself, we can identify the module, right. This is from logical reasoning and particularly from Western logic. So, you have given an argument here and we have to find out the fallacy which is committed in the particular argument which is given here. All men who understand women are potentially perfect husbands. All potentially perfect husbands are men of infinite patience. Therefore, some men of infinite patience are men who understand women. And we have various options given here as well. We have exclusive premises, existential fallacy, illicit major and undistributed middle. So, anyway the right answer for this question which was given in the answer key is option B, that is existential fallacy. Next question is from the module People Development and Environment. In agricultural regions, groundwater can have significant concentrations of which pollutant? And we have the options cadmium, lead, nitrate, selenium. So, in agricultural region, the groundwater can have significant concentration of the pollutant, that is nitrate. So, the right option for this question is option C. Next question is from the module Research Aptitude. We have given various designs and their characteristics as well. In this one we have Solomon 4 group design, post test only control group design, one shot case study and correlational design. And in characteristics we have it is a cross sectional design, it contains an additional set of control and experimental groups, omits the pre-tested groups altogether, observation of a single group at one point of time to observe the change. So, we have to find out the right combination. Anyway, the right combination includes A2, B3, C4 and D1, that is option B. So, the right answer for this question is option B. Moving to the next question. So, this is from the module Higher Education System, and if you consider this question, this is from the area Ancient Universities. University of the ancient period which has been declared by UNESCO as a heritage site is. So, we have given various ancient universities of India, and from which we have to identify two universities which were declared as heritage site by UNESCO. And which are they? Which are the two universities which are declared by UNESCO as heritage sites? So, as I have already mentioned, you have to find out two universities from the given list, and basically Takshashila and Nalanda are the two universities which are declared by UNESCO as heritage sites. So, Takshashila and Nalanda is option D and E. So, the option here is D and E is option D. So, the right answer for this question is option D. Next question, identify the correct sequence of wind energy potential at 100 meters above ground level in decreasing order. Again, this is a general question and this is from the module People Development and Environment. So, we have given various states here, we have Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Andaman and Nicobar Island as well. So, we have to identify the correct sequence of wind energy potential at 100 meter above ground level in its decreasing order. We have to sequence these given options in its decreasing order. So, that is very important. So, the right answer given for this question is option B. So, we are moving to the next question. Basically, this is the comprehension passage question. So, first we have discussed about DI, data interpretation. Likewise, in this particular area or the question from this particular area is like this. You have or you will be given a particular passage, you have to read it, you have to understand it, and based on this paragraph you have to answer the next 5 questions. So, that is how we have getting question from this particular area. Alright, so I am not reading the entire passage as such. If you want, you can just pause the video and you can read it. Anyway, I am just showing you the questions that were asked from this particular comprehension passage, and I will be also giving you the options that were provided in the provisional answer key which was published by NTA. Okay, so the first question that was asked from this particular passage was the government spending on poverty reduction program suffers from, and we have the options: downsized expenditure in real terms, high demand from prospective beneficiaries, several social welfare programs competing for funds, too many divisible allocations. So, the right answer given for this question is option A, that is downsized expenditure in real terms. The next question that was asked from this particular passage, comprehension passage, was like this: the expert evaluation reports are used to, and you have the options: justify banishing the social security system, reform the social welfare sector, strengthen the political constituency of social security, support the government spending on social sector. So, the right answer for this question which was given in the provisional answer key is option A, that is justify banishing the social security system. Next question based on the comprehension passage: the social sector in India is experiencing, and we have the options: a vast amount of speculative literature, change in composition and patterns of social welfare, increased current debt account by certain states to protect their social security measures, upward revision of budget allocations, and a few specific areas. The right answer for this question which is given in the provisional answer key is option C, that is increased current debt account by certain states to protect their social security measures. Next question, the gist of the passage is that. So, you have the options: the actuality, diversification, funds to areas other than social welfare are justifiable, the social security system in India should be strengthened, the social welfare system must be abandoned, there is no evidence as to the utility of social welfare measures in India. So, the right answer for this question is option B, that is social security system in India should be strengthened. Next question, social security programs in India encounter the issues of, and you have the options: direct implementation, increased government intervention, indirect implementation, and structural rearrangement. So, the right answer for this question which is given there is option D, that is structural rearrangement. So, in this particular video we have discussed the questions that were asked for the economics net exam in the previously conducted NTA net exam. So, we have discussed the questions and also we have gone through the options that are published by NTA in their provisional answer key. So, I hope this video is really helpful for you. So, thanks for watching and happy learning.